Situation, I'll be all right.
Posting on the thing. We're live. Let's see if everybody can find us. Started out, we got a sponsor, Ian Huss, mortgage loan officer. So if you need any mortgage help, contact Ian. Great guy if you don't know him. Friend of mine, played for my team. Awesome dude. So I'll go ahead and pull that down. Disability tournament. How'd it go for you, baby? Saw you guys won.
It went all right. We did all right, I guess. I kind of sucked, but it was March. I kept on telling people it was March, so don't think too far into it.
Look like you're hitting pretty good against us.
Yeah, it was streaky, but it was good to get out there and, hit from distance and see live pitching and defense and stuff like that. So it was a good time, man.
You play any defense?
Rarely. I played early. I was in the outfield running around, but I knew I had co-ed the next day, so I was like,
Oof.
yeah, I'm cool with just sitting for a while. So I sat the middle two games I played against Steve's in the last game in the outfield.
Okay.
Nothing better than that co-ed disability championship.
Bro, I already knew I was going to do so much running in that.
So yeah, you won both. You won Saturday and Sunday, right?
Yeah.
Yep. So we ended up going 2-2. Played on field 3. Played 2 seed teams. You guys, I don't know if it was a D or an E team we played, and we ran into you guys earlier than I wanted to, but that's all right. It was getting cold anyways.
Yeah.
What about you guys, Rido?
I think we ended up going 4-1. I think we beat 2 E teams, beat 2 D teams, and then lost to Jacks after 1 inning.
Dude, that fall was wild.
I've never experienced anything like that before.
I have down in East, but not at West. And it was only our field, too. It was crazy.
Yeah, when our outfitters are saying, hey, I can't see the ball, you got to let us know where it's at. I'm like, okay, this is great.
Kind of started in our game. We're starting to lose Shanks a little bit, and I guess it got worse after we left. So, yep, it's tough. I did want to show this.
All right, let me give you the backstory on this. So the 2 kids that were next to me, they were brothers, Sam and Jake. Straight gamers. They wanted every ball. They wanted to field every ball, throw every ball. So like the 5 or 6 kids in front of Parker that was hit it maybe 5-10 feet. So they were trying to run up, make the play, throw them. Well, Parker was coming up, and they just kept on scooting in. And the rule of thumb, Nikki always tells you, is make sure you're in front of the kids. Anything hot, catch it, knock it down, let them throw it. So I was like, all right, that's the game plan. Well, I see Parker coming up, and Sam and Jake keep walking up. So I step in front of them last second, and Parker did not miss that ball. He hit every bit of it, dude.
Where'd it get you?
I caught it with my glove, but it hit the heel and like rolled up into my body.
Okay.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. And then, best part about it, he flexed on me, and then the rest of the game, every time like he would see me, he's just straight flexed. I'm like, all right, I want no problems, Parker.
Let's see if I can. Oh, it crapped out on me. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, we were way too close. I was like, hey, Sam, let's back up. I think the best part's the reactions are for everybody and his flex.
You can see Drew kind of laughing in the background. Yeah, that's great.
It was good stuff, man. That game's fun.
So, Ryan had a good idea. We wanted to rank your top 5 tournaments, your top 5 favorite tournaments while you're on. And we'll discuss that for a few minutes.
All right, so I got a question. Do they still have to be around? Are they tournaments?
No, any tournament you want.
Right,
so
cool.
I'll start. My number 5 will be the USSSA Bass for Cash. I look forward to that because I prefer U-Trip tournaments. I hate the DHH. So I look forward to as many straight U-Trip tournaments as I can. Plus, that's usually the first tournament of the year that we kind of get into that's doesn't get rained out entirely. So number 5 for me is the USSSA Bash.
You don't like
Z,
the
what's your
dual
number
teams?
5? I hate
I'll
it.
go with state tournament.
Oh, all right. Mine's a curveball. Shoots and Fest.
Shoots and Fest. Yeah, that was a great one.
I like that one, man. Especially when they had it at Colping the same weekend as the festival.
Mm-hmm.
That was some fun stuff.
So I think I only played in it once with the festival, and parking was a problem. But other than that,
Oh, the
amazing
parking
tournament.
was terrible. It was god awful.
All right, number 4.
4 for me is WSL Midwest World.
Midwest. That's the one in July, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
I like how they moved that from Kent Lakes to it was at River City West, wasn't it? Last few years.
I think they had them at all 3. To be honest with you.
It started at Colping years ago.
Yeah. Old Bill Chard.
Mm-hmm.
God, he's something else. Number 4 for me. Let's think about it. I'll do the disability.
Disability.
Just because of the kids' game. Other than that, the weather's usually very cold, but that kids' game is a blast. Even if you're not like a part of it and you're just watching it, dude, they can't conceal their excitement. It's just they're running around having a good time playing some ball. You don't really get that often, especially like around here. Even leagues can get rough. You got some macho man think he's the best thing out and ruin the fun for everybody else, but that disability game, dude, it's just everybody's just playing ball.
I'll go Iron Man. Play a bunch of games.
I hate that one. What are you
Do you?
talking about? Yeah, as an outfielder, you have to hate that one.
All right. Yeah, you got to have the personnel for it. Try to rotate your outfielders a little bit. Pitchers too. Tell your infielders suck it up. Right.
Yeah, for sure. God, that was a good one.
Number 3.
I'm probably going to get ridiculed for this because it's not higher on the list, but 3 for me is the Metro. It would be if it's not what it used to be, unfortunately, because there aren't as many teams. When I first started playing, it's still one of the most prestigious to win, but it's so hard to win. So it's number 3 for me.
I don't even have it on my list. I am not I'm not a real Metro guy, honestly. Like, I used to play in multiple divisions, and I think that's just wore me out. Last year, I just played in the Open, which was cool. But like when I was eligible, I would play in the A, the Open, whatever co-ed they could let me play, and I'd get picked up on. I think I just got burnt out, especially being down there for 2 whole weeks. But for my 3, it's going to be the Cincy Major. It's no longer here with us. Just because of the atmosphere. Everybody came in. You had the big dogs come down there and play on some dirt, and that park was full 24/7 that weekend.
Dude, you're going to have a miserable year. 2 of your 3 don't even exist anymore.
I know. It sucks.
I'll go Challenge Cup
okay.
for number 3. Always a great time. Get to see a bunch of people that you don't know, different teams, playing with different guys that you don't know. So that's my number 3.
That's a good one. I do like the Challenge Cup.
Number 2?
2 for me is the WSL World in Panama, strictly because of location.
Panama's a blast, dude. I haven't been down there in a while. I like how you said strictly location too. Yeah, that's the best world, to be honest. My 2 would be the Smokies. It's somewhat miserable as a player, like as an outfielder or something like that, because it's just long innings, long games. But the atmosphere, like that whole town shuts down and comes out, and you literally just stack up the best power you got and go against their power and see who outlasts each other. But Smoky's fun, especially like you don't even have to play in that tournament to go and enjoy it. Like I've seen multiple people locally go down there, like Big Chris Hurd. He's always down there in the Smokies, and he hasn't played in years. So Smokies definitely would be my two.
I'll go with World as well, number 2. Didn't mean to copy, but that's what I had in mind. Really good chance to show what you got, and you don't know where you're at until you play in Worlds. You never expect to win one. Luckily, we won one last year. I never planned on winning one. I know that's some people's make or break, and it really shouldn't be, but it's always great to find out where you're at among everybody. And then number 1.
Number 1 for me and my all-time favorite tournament is City Slam. I know a lot of people don't like being down there for 4 days, but to me, the City Slam was the best weekend in softball.
I do like the City Slam. I would say my one is I only played in it once, and it was last year, but the Major World Series, man. So I'll just categorize it as Worlds, just going down there and playing Worlds. But that Major was wild. Take your top 8 team in softball, and it's just one big bracket. You just go and see, and a lot of upsets happen. Like I think we were the 16th seed, and we finished, I think top 10. I think maybe 10th or something like that. So that would be my one. That's my goal from here on out. Is every year's to hopefully top 3 in the world in the class I'm in and qualify for the Major World Series.
What was your walk-up song down there?
Oh, good, Ryan.
My bad. What was your walk-up song down there?
Public service announcement, Jay-Z.
Okay.
You actually get to pick your song? I didn't realize that.
Yeah, you get to pick your own song.
Okay. So one year the C was playing the same time as the Major, and that was awesome to watch. It was one of the Wegmans' last ones, and it was some close games, and it was a super fun to watch. I think it finished up Saturday night. Is that still how they do it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's perfect. Yeah. Let everybody get a few beers, some excitement, right? Number 1 for me is also City Slam. It's my favorite tournament by far. Look forward to it every year. We usually play in the Open and the C or D or whatever we were at the time. So I know some people don't like playing in the Open, but I strongly suggest to get some more games in, enjoy yourself. So that's that. Anything else you want to talk about before we move on for the tournaments?
I thought Nikki and staff did a great job of, all things considered, getting the fields ready to play on Saturday. I didn't go down there on Sunday for the co-ed, but I assume the fields were in better shape on Sunday than they were Saturday. But I'm surprised we even got it in as bad as it was.
Yeah, I didn't realize how much it rained until I got there, and I was like, oh, man, wow. The fields were pretty soft at first, but they came and worked on them a little bit and got them somewhat playable. So it was nice to get out. Appreciate her doing that. I understand maybe you couldn't get it in. They don't hold water as well there, so I'm sure we'll talk about that here in a little bit. While we have BB on, I was going to do some team rankings. Oh, he quit. He's back. So BB, who do you like we'll start with the C, and then we'll go down to D and E if we can.
Oh, I love the heat. Everybody's going to hate me. All right. In the C, just overall for the year?
Yeah, sure. Just kind of.
So we plan on doing this every week, ranking up and down who we think's number 1 through 5. So right now, preseason, who do you think's 1 through 5 in the C?
Oh, okay. Man, I'm going from 1 to down to 5. 1, I think the team to beat right now is going to be, I'm going to say Flies, with the addition of Cookie is huge. The young kids, balls out with Spilly, and then B. Sully. You got Shelly. You got 2 really good pitchers with Cook and Owls. Got hitters throughout the lineup. I like them. 2, but 1 through 3 is all very close. So I hate that I had to put them in order, but I would go Fly, Steves, Yoder. I think Yoder lacks some defense in some areas, but they're going to whack it. They made some interesting pickups. Mascari, Jamie, good ball players. We just got to see how they mesh together. Steve's they picked up some good guys. They got Tony Brown and obviously Seek's back. Seek's solid. Dylan up in the middle. Then let's say 4. Probably Legacy. Are they still called Legacy? They're Legacy, right?
They are?
Thought they were Legacy. Are they not?
I think they are. Did they back out this weekend though?
They did.
Yeah.
They're 5 for that now. You can't be doing it. I'm joking. 5. Do we got 5 teams here locally?
You got Rebel Sports Go.
Oh yeah. I like them. I will do that. I'll put Legacy 5 and Rebel Sports Go 4. That's my 1 through 5. But 1 through 3 is very close. It's tough. I can any one of those teams could win each weekend. But for me, with the addition of Cookie, I'm putting them 1. So good luck, Fly. I might have just brought some heat to you.
Probably.
That's all right.
What about you, Rhino?
I'm the same. I think you have the best team on paper, chemistry wise. You didn't lose your core, and you gained some good young guys that I think are going to learn a lot from your veteran guys. Adding Cook just puts you over the edge. 2 for me though is Tiger Fitness. Steve's would be 3. Actually, have Legacy at 4, and then Sports Co at 5.
I'll go Tiger number 1. They were the top ranked team last year. Picked up Tolbert, which is huge.
That is big.
Picked up some LSR guys. They're going to use their home runs in the summertime, right? That's something I'm not sure that we'll do. I was looking at my lineup. I was like, I don't know if I messed up not getting another power guy. So we'll see. Then number 2, I'll go us. I'll go my team. I think our defense is going to be really strong and carry us through. Hopefully we hit enough. Steve's infield defense is really good. Again, like you said, it's close, 1 through 3. Picking up G. I heard that Texas guy or Florida guy. The Florida guy is really good. I've heard. Yep. So, and then I'll go with Markham team number 4, and then I'll go Legacy 5. But they could really surprise some teams if they decide to play some C.
For sure.
Yep. And then D.
D's tough. D's tough. Man, I can't put these things 1 through 5. I think they're all close. Sleeper is going to be Kraken. I think Kraken's going to be a top 5 D team locally. I'll do Hot Sox, obviously. I feel like Hot Sox is probably 1. Let's be real. They're young. They got some good players too. Kraken, they have Spencer Goodapple or Goodafel, whatever his last name is, and the addition of Humby, which is huge for them. Quality Tire's good. Quality Tire's different this year. Quality Tires, they're young. They got the young guys, but then they also picked up some vets like Peanut. Peanut's huge for them.
Is he there full time?
Yep. And then they also got Jesse Moore, so they got a solid pitcher. But yeah, I think they'll be solid. Reds team's always solid. Are they still under Tiger Fitness?
I believe so.
Yeah.
That's probably number 2. So Hot Sox, Tiger Fitness. I'll put Kraken 3, Quality 4, Soul Bros 5. They got a whole new roster. But no, I'm scratching that. See, this is tough. Red Legs are good. Red Legs isn't a regular Red Legs. Red Legs this whole team is different. It's not like any other Red Legs he's had.
Got a pretty good pitcher.
Yeah, adding you is humongous. I just was overthinking that right there. Oh man, I don't want to knock Kraken out. All right, just off the top of the head, we're gonna go Odd Socks, Tiger Fitness, Red Legs, Kraken, Quality Tire, and Soul Bros as number 6. I'm probably pissing so many people off. I love it.
That's what we're here for.
Yep, fuck it.
Can't say that on YouTube anymore.
Oh, freak it. I'm sorry.
Gonna get us banned first week.
What about you, Rhino?
My top 5, I definitely have Odd Socks as 1, Tiger Fitness 2, Soul Bros I have as 3, 4, we'll say the Red Legs at 4, and then I have Quality Tire at 5.
Soul Bros, why so high?
I watched them play a little bit this weekend. They looked like they were whacking around the yard a little bit. I think they're going to be pretty good this year.
Yeah, they got a whole new team. It looked like they have some guys that came back from like 2 years ago, if I'm thinking right. D-Ray mashes it. They're going to be exciting. Who's coaching them?
Couldn't tell you.
Did not Cheese?
Cheese, yeah, but I think it was it Justin down there coaching? Reynolds?
Justin, I think they kind of tag team it.
Okay.
Yep.
That's going to be an interesting team.
I'll go Tiger in this division as well. I like their pickups, and they were already really good. Odd Sox, number 2. They were good last year, got better. Red Legs 3, again, picked up a pretty good pitcher. I'll go 8s, number 4. Something a little different. I watched them play against the 25 and unders, and the guys they had playing that were really good last year. And then I'll go Kraken number 5. They looked really good. Beat Tiger Fitness, was it?
Yeah.
Yep.
And a walk-off was pretty good. That last inning was pretty exciting. They came down, I think came back from 5 or something like that. They scored 5 in the last inning to walk them off.
Let's see. All right. Well, that's not what I meant to click. All right. So E, I don't even know if I can begin to rank the E.
Man, I was just about to say that same thing.
The Zoo would probably be one of the ones, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Other than that, Dark Waters.
Drawing a blank.
So yeah, I think there's a lot of new E teams. I think we got to watch them play a little bit. We'll see where they're at. Unless Rhino, you got some intel.
I do not. I'm pulling up rosters here, and I might just pick my top 5 based on team name.
No, so I know Cincy Slime, they changed their name. It's drawing a blank. Adams, his last name's Adams. Peyton Adams is running that team. They're always solid. I think they're all back this year. I think they got away from that Slime name from the little altercation that happened last year. So it's probably good for like a little rebranding, but
the Chuck Kinney thing.
Yeah, so I think they'll be solid off the top of my head.
Yeah, so I had the Zoo at 1, Dark Waters at 2. On name alone, Henny Gang.
Ah, yeah, they're fun.
And about the Nasty Wahoos. And then I'll do the Mount Healthy Flock.
Mount Healthy Flock?
They have a team called the Flock. They're from Cincinnati, so we're gonna say they're from Mount Healthy.
Oh, say they're not all
in honor of you.
So Paige brings up a good point. We forgot about EOS because they weren't online last week. I haven't seen their roster, but I assume they're good for D.
They're D, right?
I would assume they're not online. At least they weren't last week. So that core of guys is always good. Nate always puts out a good team, so I'm sure they'll be in the mix as well. Top 5.
Yep, for sure.
I'm
excited. I think local is going to be interesting this year. I don't think there's any true powerhouses in any division. I think it's going to be different from the colder tournaments, from the in the summer hot tournaments, like you said, Fly, about hitting bombs or not. So it's going to be interesting.
So what's going on with you in the conference? You're with Rebel, right?
Yep, Rebel TG Koval, still based out of Michigan. We are A. From the team last year, it is just me, TK, and Frankie. So we're all three. We stayed with Golich and TG. They treat us right. Golich is a hell of a guy. So we merged with Rebel. I think they brought like 3 or 4 different guys, and then we picked up some good chips inside of Kashner from Chick-fil-A, Tyler Walls from S&E. I don't even know if our roster is public, so I might just be telling everybody the goods. But
why keep it a secret? What's the secret?
I don't, man, people are weird like that. It's like I signed the thing already. I'm on the. Everybody's on the team, so they're not going nowhere. It's like a prison. And once you sign that dotted line, you're in there.
I thought they got rid of that. No.
Yeah, no.
No.
So how does that all work? Say you signed to play with them.
Okay.
Say they bench you.
Yep.
For 3 straight tournaments, you don't play an inning. You can't leave.
So I can ask for my release. Now, if for them to grant it or not, that's up to them. So they can also say, like, they can hold me there and say, like, hey, I have $2,500 invested in you from flights, rentals, jerseys, whatever. Wherever you want to go, like the team that you want to go to, they need to contact the manager, because teams are not supposed to be able to contact players throughout the season. The managers, coaches, nobody. It should be managers and managers talking about it. That never happens. So basically, it'd be like, if you want out and go to a different team, if they really wanted to, they'd be like, hey, no, we got $2,500 invested in you, or $5,000 invested in you. We want reimbursed half that or the full amount from your other team, your other sponsor, and we'll release you and you get added to the roster.
So are there like trades? Are there trades and stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. There's trades. It's They a couple years ago, they actually when Precision was still around, they were trying to trade for TK when TK was with Premier, and that got shot down. But yeah, there's trades all the time. It's weird. It's wild. But it's different. I would hope to say that if things went south and I wanted out and wanted my release, they'd grant me my release. I mean, there shouldn't be no bad blood, but who knows, dude? I know for a fact last year there was a few guys from our team that went to different teams and they got reimbursed for some of the expenses on the players and stuff like that. For example, Sport Williams, he was our pitcher. We picked him up. He got cut from a team. We picked him up. He came and played lights out for us, pitched for us. He was probably hitting like 800 for those 2 tournaments, and then Monster came around and was like, hey, we want him. And they worked out a deal, and next major, he was with Monster.
Okay. And then Tommy's got a team too, right? Is Stevie and Boom playing with him?
Yep. No, so Tommy's with JBL. So it's majority of the team last year. They added some drawing a blank. Orlando Castillo from MPT.
Okay.
So they added a few big pieces. They also cut off some of the dead weight. They should be solid. I think Tommy helps them out a lot. Tommy's a good coach. I mean, he's built up a nice, pretty good rep in the conference already in the short years he's been there with coaching. But I think they'll be solid, honestly. I think they might lack some outfielding. But other than that, I think they're going to be top tier. Another local guy, talking about JBL, Roger Fields. He's got picked up with the old West Point He's going to be
nice.
their backup. Yeah, so that was huge for Roger. I was excited when I heard that from him. West Point and Alicia, they're phenomenal, and he didn't get a fair shake with JBL. Everybody knows that if you talk to him or saw him, how that whole year went down. But so at least out there, Molly. So Mullins is with Dirty Vegas. He went back to them. I think he played with them 2-3 years ago. So he's back there. Kessler's done. I don't know about Bellamy. I think he is still playing. I don't know. I haven't talked to him about it.
He's not on a roster. He's going to pick up sometime during the season, he thinks.
Yeah, which I have no doubt he will.
All right. So I got the brackets for the bash. Let me pull those up.
You guys think that bash happens? Did you see that rain on Saturday?
No, I don't. But we're going to pretend like it does and until we hear different. All right. So we got for the C, starting 9 a.m., Field 1, Syndicate Sports Co. 10 a.m., Steve's Elite Tiger Fitness. And 10 a.m., Syndicate versus Flies Guys. I'm not sure how this turns out, but should be good. I'm looking forward to it if it does happen. Hopefully, it's not too wet. Who do you like winning this bracket?
You talking to me?
Sure, both.
Man, I have no clue who's that Kentucky team.
It's Pomfrey, Tea Garden. They were only two people.
Oh,
They're gonna work. Yeah, it work.
What's the format of this tournament? Pool play and then bracket play?
Just straight game pool play into bracket.
All right, from off the top, I'm going. Steve's winning it, and Fly's coming in the second seed of that. I don't know why that made me say that. It just sounded right.
I'll go with Steve's as well. Rhino, who you like?
That's just different. We'll say Syndicate.
Syndicate, okay, good for sure. I don't know their team well enough to comment. All right, so in the D, we got the Trust Guys, 9 a.m. Saturday versus the Woodpeckers, Mafia Forever and Heat, Trust versus Mafia, and then Woodpeckers versus Heat. Who do you like in pool A for the D?
I like Taffin.
Yeah, I like hard not to.
Yeah.
Way to go on a limb, guys.
That was the team Blake found with the B players on it, so I'm guessing they'll be pretty good. TFAN is always good. Surprised they got all the way down to D. They're usually a pretty good C team, if not B team. Pool B, Soul Bros, pitch me one. Eights versus Nephews. Soul Bros versus Eights. Pitch me one versus Nephews. Who do you like here?
I like the Soul Bros to win that.
Yeah, me too.
I'll go with Nephews with Sam's family and Noah. So we'll go with those guys. Pool C, Suspects, Last Call, Dirty Dogs, Natty Red Legs. Suspects, Dirty Dogs, Last Call, Kim Station. Starts at 10 a.m. Saturday at West.
I got Natty Red Legs. I don't know this Dirty Dogs team, but that name's pretty cool.
That's Rip City.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Stay with Natty Red Legs.
I'll take Rip City because I can't pick my own team.
Who you got, Fly?
Red Legs.
I can't wait for it to be like Monday morning and somebody's going to come back and rewatch this and be like, hey, you went 0 for 12 on your predictions. I'm like, hey, it is what it is.
Fully expected.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Did you pick one?
I picked the Rip City.
Yeah. B, would you pick one?
Yep, Natty Red Legs.
Okay, cool. Then we got Pool D, Kraken versus New Wave, 9 a.m. Saturday at West. Kraken versus Players, Players versus New Wave. Who you like?
Kraken.
Kraken. Okay.
To be different, I'll say New Wave.
Okay. And I'll go Players just to make it the so one of us get one right here.
I mean, hey, Gapper Apparel. That sounds like my type of move.
Pool E, Saturday, 9 a.m. TCS Tribes. 10 a.m. the Boys versus TCS, and then the Boys versus Tribe.
The Boys, is that
Is that Donnie Brewer and them?
Yep.
Yeah, I believe so. I'm going now.
Yeah, I'll go with the Boys.
I'll go with TCS coming up for me, making a little noise. Oh, there's EOS. EOS, Pool F.
Ooh. This is a pool right here.
Yeah, Friday night. This is a Friday night one. EOS versus Quality Tire. EOS versus Odd Sox. Quality Tire versus Odd Sox. So that's some of the top teams that we ranked. EOS we forgot.
Friday night? What's the weather?
Is that going to be at MAB?
MAB,
Yep.
Field 2.
All right, looks like I got something to do Friday night.
Yeah, I'll be down there. Ooh, this tough. All right, well, I put them one, so I'm gonna just roll with them. Odd Sox, but I can see any one of these teams winning this.
I guess I'll jump on the Quality Tire bandwagon.
I'll go EOS.
They're gonna be good, dude. I'm telling you.
Quality Tire.
Yeah, they got some young kids, man. They hit with me actually every once in a while. I'll get a couple of them out there, and they're nonstop. They remind like me when I first started with All Hustle. I'm like, all right, guys, I gotta go. Like for one more round. It's like we've been here for 3 hours. I think I'm leaving.
Yeah, since I picked Quality Tire, D-Lo, you owe me a lunchbox Friday night.
Ooh, I'll change my pick right now.
So we got the E, 1st and 10. Nasty Wahoos, Friday night, 6:30. Empire versus Zoo, 7:30. Field 1 MAB. And then 1st and 10 Zoo, and then Empire versus Nasty Wahoos.
Got to go with the Zoo.
Yep.
You have to.
I'll go with the Zoo as well. Pool
High
B,
pressure.
the Flock versus Premier. This is Friday at 6:30. Field 3. Henny Gang versus Premier, and the Flock versus Henny Gang.
I'm going Henny Gang. They're gonna win it.
Yeah, I got to go with Henny Gang as well.
I'll go with the Flock. Somebody else
It does
commented they're
got
good,
it.
so I'll believe them. Pool C, Dark Waters versus Queen City Bucks. This is also Friday night, Field 4. F Cancer, Queen City Bucks. Dark Waters, F Cancer.
Queen City Bucks. That's Slime. That was the Slime. That was the rebranding. It just from when you just said that. I'm almost 100% sure
So that should be a pretty good game against them in Dark Waters then. So
yep.
I'll take Dark Waters to win the pool.
I'll take Dark Waters as well. Pool D, Relentless versus Warriors, Reapers versus Warriors, Relentless versus Reapers. This is Saturday morning, 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 11 a.m., Field 4.
I'll take Relentless Reloaded.
Is that Susan's team?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I don't know any of the teams, I don't think.
I'm going
That
Reapers.
sounds right.
Yep. I'm staying with Reapers.
Reapers?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll go with Warriors. So that's all the pools. Bash is always a good time. Hopefully we get it in. I hate when we lose one, but it's looking like it. I was listening to the horse earlier, and he was saying heavy rain Friday and Saturday. So hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully it doesn't happen, but we'll see. Supposed to be nice last week, and that really didn't happen.
Yeah. What's the following weekend?
The
Sure
Bash.
Bash.
The other Bash?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
I wish one of these parks down here close would get turf. I
So
know why
since
MAB can't do it, but
Yeah. Since you brought up turf, you think Armco's going to, get popping?
So they're doing a lot of girls fast pitch.
Oh shit.
So I don't know whether they're gonna do much in the men's game or not, but I know they have girls fast pitch about every weekend up there.
Dude, I mean, if you got them, why would you even think about going to adult softball? That fast
Yeah, I
pitch.
mean, fast pitch and baseball is where the money is, to be honest with you.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. Getting inside of those associations. Oh my god, it's a buku money.
Right? Are you doing bets this year?
Oh hell.
Man, here's the thing. When I did that for the Metro, most people were great. If they lost, they paid. But then that 10% that didn't pay me just really aggravated me. And
I
I'm not the
bet.
type of guy that's going to harass you to pay me the money you owe. So I just decided, nah, not doing it. Plus, when I made lines, I had people upset that they weren't favored and this and that, and I had too much time on my hands to make these lines up and this. And I'm like, all right, man, I don't need to hear it. Whatever.
Hey, but some of those lines were
Dude, I
pretty
thought I
damn
did a
close.
pretty decent job.
Yeah.
I mean, they were all pretty close, but it is what it is.
I agree. So it seems like the teams have been going down lately. Am I wrong? As far as there's less D teams than there was, there's less E teams than there was. C teams have kind of stayed the same. When Sledge took over 5, 6, 7 years ago, he kind of bumped everybody, and everybody's kind of upset about it. But it really brought back more teams. Before that, there was only 7D teams, and then there was like 2 or 3 C. I want to bring this up. What could they do to bring back like a B program, more C teams, more D teams? What were your guys' thoughts on that? Since we have a few minutes here.
I honestly don't know the answer to get more teams involved. Playing B is so hard financially.
It's impossible to play B here locally. I mean, let's. It's hard because as a sponsor standpoint, like you want to win, but if you're a B team, you're not going to be playing majority B teams. I mean, if you're a B team, you should probably play a conference schedule and get in one of those discount rates with conference as being a conference B team. But then you're going and you're just basically getting your stuff kicked in for 2 to 3 games a weekend traveling. Then when you play locally, it's all these open events that never fill. And because I think sometimes when it's an open, it costs too much. Nobody wants to spend $800. No sponsor coach wants to spend $800, even $600 on a weekend to play ball. So it's tough. It's the same thing when I think about the Metro. It's like, how do you make the open division and the A more, like, have more teams? It's difficult.
Yeah. What happens if you made everything BC? Every event that's a C event is a BC event.
I mean, I just don't think the C teams will like it because there's going to be that one team that's going to be a B team. And even if you're like, hey, the top finishing C teams get this, the B team gets their money back, thanks for playing, blah, 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 then there's always going to be that one C team that gets to play into that B team and feel like they just got the bad end of the stick.
Yeah, if it's seeded and that C team runs into that B team and never beats them, they're never going to gain any ground as far as seeding goes. It's going to be the same thing. So I don't know whether it's hard to spot teams' runs and win, but I don't know if that's the answer. I don't know if you make the B team play to the C team's rules as far as home runs go, whether you bid on home runs. I don't know.
Jumping topics a little bit, just because I just thought about it. I saw something today on the, I think it was the Queen City softball page. It was about a fundraiser. I don't know the guy who's running it. I don't know anything about the team or anything like that. So it's not no Jads or anything. But it's up in Armco. And I started reading. I'm like, oh, cool. Like, I would like to play at Armco. Fresh turf. Let me get some playing time on turf before I go and play whatever. Then I'm scrolling down this, and then I see paper roster. I'm like, cool. Then right underneath that it says D&E players only. So I wanted to like comment and just be like, you can't like, I just don't understand like the concept of it. Like I don't know. That just kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I'm just like, it's tough, man. Because we're just trying to play too.
Well, here's my thing about that, and I'm probably going to get grief for this. I understand that you just want to play.
Yeah.
But then I look at like Wednesday night round robins, and you got upper players playing in jean shorts and flannel shirts and bragging about beating teams 84-4 in 3 games and stuff like that.
Oh.
If certain guys didn't act that way, maybe it might be a
never
little
see me in
more.
some jean shorts, buddy.
I mean, I get it, man. But them E&D players, when you that type of team shows up and just beats the living dog crap out of them, and they're doing it looking like fools and laughing and having a good time, it's kind of like a slap in the face.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. I see that. I understand that. But I don't know. Me personally, I play like once or twice a week in leagues, hit my BP, and I'm cool. But back when I was climbing the ranks and I wanted to, play the best and play as much as I can, it kind of rubbed me the wrong way. And then when I felt like when I would be able to play, I'd play really hard just to prove the point. Like, hey, I am this good. But then I was like, yeah, that's just not me. That's not worth it. It is what it is.
What if
Well, I
you're getting
mean,
like one or two? Like you got one or two of those guys, like yourself, on a D team. That probably wouldn't be so bad, right? To give you a chance to play, not loaded up.
I
mean, yeah, but I don't think that's going to happen. I'm just being honest. What were you about to say, man?
So back a long time ago, my brother's team, the A's, down there on Thursday nights, played down there forever, and they weren't very good. And there was a team full of conference guys down there, and they're just beating the brakes off my brother's team. Well, they decided to put 6 infielders in the infield and 2 outfielders, and they're Facebook Live in it, and they're just laughing it up, having a good time, just completely embarrassing these guys. And I'm talking to them, they're like, look, I understand you wanting to play the best and this and that, and playing guys like that's supposed to get you better. We can play those guys 100 times, and we're never going to get any better because the game's only going to last 3 innings.
Mm-hmm.
So they were scheduled to play them guys like 5 more times, and they just said we're not playing.
Yeah.
So I think if guys
a mockery of the game.
Right, if you play the game the right way, you win the flip, take home team, don't take visitors, go out there, win by your 10 runs, and be done with it. You don't need to beat them by 30.
But here's one thing too. Like, I'm not saying like mess around and do like change like position wise or whatever like that. But if I took leagues and round robins and everything like that as serious as I did like in the conference, I would not play softball. I'd be burnt out. I'd be an a-hole just because like, hey, I'm trying to be perfect, chase perfection 24/7. So I take leagues as a time to have fun with whoever I'm with and drink a few beers, hit a few balls, try not to run as much, and take it like that. But I do understand and I do see when people do like, hey, let's put our 300-pounders in the outfield for an inning or two while we're up 18. I get that. Like, I understand that. You shouldn't do that.
I'm not even saying that. It's like I don't know. It's just like when I saw that the picture of them guys in jean shorts and the flannel and talking about they beat teams 100-4. I'm like, dude, you're playing against guys that probably have no business being on the same planet as you, let alone the same field, and you're bragging about pounding them. It's like, how is that growing the game?
That's true.
Because those guys ain't going to want to play again. Because most of the teams that play in those, they're not your tournament teams that play on the weekends.
Yeah.
Most of your league teams are not the teams that are going to play on the weekends. Those are your league guys, and they're the same as you. They want to go out and have fun, drink a few beers, and this and that, and then you're out there and just completely embarrassing them. It's
So do you think, like, going back to the topic we were just on with the old bumping people and how Sledge bumped everybody and everybody's mad, but it grew the game. Do you think that's what's gonna take for the game to get more teams, like bump all these teams up, and then maybe those league teams or those church teams, those really like new beginning teams, I don't want to say bad, terrible, but the new teams will jump into some tournaments and be labeled as E for entry, right? Is that what we doing?
so the only thing that I could see that may help is you lower the entry fee, get rid of the cash prizes, go back to your $150 entry fee, and you win a T-shirt. Because if you're offering $2,000 and $3,000 to win a tournament, why wouldn't you play at the lowest level to try to win the money?
Yeah, absolutely.
Turns into capitalism real quick, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, I don't like the cash prizes. I never really did, right? Like I don't just make it as cheap as you can, but still make your money. And I think less teams would freak out about who they're playing, getting first place every week, right? It's not chasing cash; they're just trying to win, right? So I don't think guys would sandbag as much. I've always thought the cash in the game is one of the bigger problems.
Yeah, but with that cash, it brings attention. Attention brings teams. Teams brings more cash flow for whoever's running that tournament.
Yeah, they do it because we want it. That's the
Yep.
reason why they do it. But I never really agreed with it. What I would do locally is I would make my team Tiger and Steve's B, and then across the country too, like the top 30-40%, make those teams B, right? So now you have a B program, make all the tournaments BC, and then no C tournaments, everything's BC. And I think that's the way you could do it. And then you're bumping a bunch of D teams like Odd Sox, EOS, right? So they are in their division, and then we're all kind of playing each other. And I don't think there's a huge mismatch there, right? And then also those teams aren't worried about the home runs and all that too. That's my only way I think I could do it. And like you look at the Metro, like those E and E rec divisions get a bunch of teams. So to me, those teams want to play. Armco used to do rec tournaments on Saturdays. They got a bunch of teams. So those teams do want to play. They just don't want to get the break speed on.
But with the same thing with doing that, so if you're making it more strict and everybody's getting bumped here locally, you got states like Michigan where it's like, hey, you guys played B, go win that D this weekend. So it has to be like a nationwide thing, which it'll never be a nationwide thing. So it's like, what happens?
It's got to be nationwide, and they got to push it more, and they got to change the power ranking bumps to lower it, and then be stricter on the appeals. Even though I'm kind of against that, right? But that's the only way you could do it.
I feel like a lot of appeals got granted this year, honestly.
Yeah, bunch did everywhere.
But you know what's gonna drive me crazy? All these appeals that they won, getting on a team, stacking a team. That team goes and wins something. Guess what? You're bumped up again. Your appeal didn't matter. You played 1 year, and you're in the same position. But
I would love to do a study to see how many guys win their appeal and then 1 year later they're right back up.
But I mean, at least they get to play that 1 year. For like example, if Flies, you guys go win a world or whatever, Cookie's 100% satisfied. He's not going to play softball again. He's going to go golf and have fun. He got 1 more year of some tournament ball here locally. He'll try again in 5 years if he wants to.
So isn't he a B player though? So wouldn't he still be B? He wouldn't get bumped to A for the team getting bumped to B, would he?
I think he might get elite. Be elite, don't you think?
No, he'd just be B.
So it wouldn't even matter for him, right?
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say it. I'll text it to you guys later. I can't say it.
Hey, tell me about that strikeout. I saw you catching some dude struck out, and I saw you dancing around. You want to talk about that a little bit against Flies?
Who struck out?
You don't remember?
I thought the guy you were just talking about.
Cook, yeah, hang on, yeah. Those were my guys. Seriously, just the backstory. Cook let me get on base. I hit a ball to Spilly. He let me get on base. Cook struck out. I mean, it was a good time. It was actually a good time. That's what happens when you're buddies. You're playing your buddy for I was your buddy for the last 10 years. So that's funny stuff. It was a strike too. It was a pearl.
So I was confused. He got back in the box, and I didn't know exactly what was going on. I thought you might have called strike three.
So I called it at the same time the umpire did, and I was just a lot louder. And I guess he didn't think the umpire called it. I was like, nah, Cook, like he called it, dude. That was funny. Cook was low key stressing. He was like, hey, I'm 0 for 8 right now. I'm like, you know why? It's because you're thinking about it. Just go out there and just hit the ball. You'll be all right.
Yeah, he'll be fine. He just needs to, get the monkey off his back. Oh, you'll enjoy this. So, Drew Chase goes up to him off the side and goes, "Hey, man, Z's texting some other beat chips, man. Just so you know, he's looking. So you probably need to perform this game." And I wasn't a part of that at all. And then Cook comes up to me and goes, "Z, I promise, dude, I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna be good."
That's funny stuff. You're gonna Flies is gonna be fun, man. You got a funny group of guys.
Yeah.
Between Drew, Billy, Cook, gosh, T Garden. It's gonna be funny.
Yep. So I think that's about it. You guys want to talk about this plus? What do you think about the plus thing? So for D and E, if you get bumped, you get plussed. So if you get bumped D to C, you're a C plus. If you get bumped from E to D, you're a D plus. You agree with that?
I do agree with that, but at the same time, then you have people like a Doug Pace, which was bumped up on a team that I don't think he went to that world. I think it was like Vegas World, Nasty Hooks, when they went there and got bumped up to C or whatever, and he got stuck there. And so I still don't even know if he won his appeal. I think he's still a C player or something like that. But I do like the plus system. But like we gotta figure out what's the common ground. Is it a 2-year thing? What is it? A lot of people won't like it. It's because they don't think they're gonna be good enough to be picked up on a team that's like a C team as a C elite. So
Here's a crazy idea though, man. Why don't the team just stay together and play C?
What? Never that, dude.
I mean, I know that's tough, but
Oh man.
as far as the Doug thing, the Doug thing, he's got to blame his manager for not getting him off the roster before the World.
Yeah. Having a good manager and coach is humongous in all levels, from E all the way up to the conference.
A lot of people don't think that, but it is something.
Oh, and if you don't, there's rules. And so here's something we were just talking about in the office Sunday. So, the batter, it's 3-0. The pitch is a ball, but the umpire calls it a strike. Calls it a strike because the batter's leaving the batting box. Strike, come back. He did not grant him time. Guy quick pitched, and I think he fouled out or something like that. He made an out. I found out that I thought the umpire has to grant you time, hey, time, and then they can deny it or not. But after talking to Slim about it, no. Every time you step out that box or every time you call time, they have to give it to you. I was like, so how is this because last year in the conference, they were like, hey, don't call time, stay in the box, let's speed up the games. But now it's this rule where you step out the box, that umpire should have his hands up calling time in any situation. It blew my mind. Me and Katie were talking about it for a while. I personally didn't know it. I thought hey, they can grant it to you or refuse it. That's why I always verbal and I try to make eye contact with the umpire. So for everybody watching or all the players, I would say get in a habit of calling time every time after every pitch. If you're not going to stand in there and be ready, call time. Make sure you call time. It was wild. It blew my mind.
Don't tell them that. They call time.
I swear.
Just stay in the box. I wish the rule was you can't leave the box until the ball's put in play. I hate the whole 3-1. I'm going to call time because I think it's going to rattle the pitcher. Listen, the pitcher's probably going to throw a ball regardless whether you're standing there or not on 3-1 if he's already thrown 2 in a row.
So this was an argument. I forget the pitcher who was talking to me about it because they were in the office as well. So they're eliminating the quick pitch. That's what this rule's doing. It's not letting the pitcher pitch a ball right after another pitch without the batters being ready. So I was like, well, that's kind of like maybe I know some pitchers, they rely on quick pitching. Like it's part of their game plan, their scheme. Blew my mind. Another thing blew my mind, Ken Gels. He can't see the fence. We had a ball. I hit it, tip off the outfielder's glove, throws it down over the fence. What is that? What do you guys think that is?
It's 4-base error.
Yeah, no, that was a home run for Ken Gels. I was like, ooh, buddy, that is. And then we had a debate about that. I was like, so it's a 4-base reward, right? And so we went on about that. Well, supposedly if you touch it, the outfielder tries to make a play, which this is what I thought, and it tips off your glove, no matter what, tips off your head, whatever, goes over the fence, it's 4-base error. It don't count as a home run. Those were two funny things that happened in co-ed on Sunday.
I can't talk bad about Ken. That's my boy.
Ken is my guy. I love Ken.
He's a funny guy, man.
My boy, he was cracking me up. He looked at me. He was like, I didn't see it or hear it. I said, Ken, it's 4:00 in the afternoon. That's not an excuse.
How about that ball that Radich hit against us in the fog?
That's
the line
scary,
drive that everybody was expecting to hit the fence, and it just like it evaporated.
Yeah, you didn't see it.
Didn't hit anything. Didn't hit a tree. Didn't hit anything.
Yeah, and then like 1 or 2 batters later, I don't know who hit it, kind of had that similar swing, and all you heard it was hit the fence. You can't see nothing. That game was scary, dude. I didn't want any part of any of that. But of course,
we noticed you were hiding in the dugout. We saw.
Yeah, I'm hanging out. Look at that. Good stuff.
All right. Anything else before we wrap up here? You guys got anything you want to talk about?
Just pray to the gods that it doesn't rain.
I think it's gonna rain.
Sounds good. Probably same time next week. Does that sound good to you, Ryan?
Yes, sir.
All right. We'll see you guys then. See you, baby.
See you guys. Yep. See you, boys.